Disguise your strength as weakness and your weakness as strength. If you truly understand both your opponent and yourself, you will never have to fear the outcome of any battle. Keep your strategies hidden like the night, and when the time comes, strike with the force of a thunderbolt. Even in chaos, there is opportunity. The best warriors secure victory before the battle begins, while those who act without preparation struggle to find success. To truly understand your adversary, you must learn to think as they do. No nation has ever prospered from a war that drags on endlessly. Lead with care, treating your soldiers as if they were your own family, and they will follow you anywhere, even into the most treacherous valleys. Even the sharpest blade will rust if left in salt water too long. Move with the speed of the wind, stand firm like an ancient forest, strike with the intensity of fire, and remain unshaken like a mountain. The more opportunities you seize, the more will appear. There are only 5 core musical notes, yet endless melodies can be created from them. Likewise, strategy is limitless when used creatively. If your opponent is at ease, create difficulties for them. If they have plenty, find ways to deprive them. Once stability is secured, make them act. Those who wish to fight must first consider the true cost. If you wait long enough by the river, the bodies of your enemies will eventually float by. Know yourself, and you will triumph in every battle. Winning 100 battles is not the highest skill. True mastery is defeating your enemy without ever fighting. Always provide your opponent with a way out. Be so subtle that you become untraceable, so mysterious that you are unheard. This way, you control their fate. The key is to confuse your enemy so they cannot predict your true intentions. A true warrior doesn't just win but does so with ease. Force your opponent to reveal themselves, exposing their weaknesses. Believe in yourself. When the mind is strong, the body can endure far beyond its limits. A true strategist moves the enemy but is never moved by them. Attack is the best form of defense, and true defense is nothing more than preparation for a counterattack. Even with a small force, great victories can be achieved through strategy. Always think carefully and plan ahead before making a move. Quick decisions lead to survival. Hesitation can mean defeat. The highest level of strategy isn't about winning every battle but about neutralizing the enemy without ever engaging in a fight. If you fail to understand both yourself and your opponent, you are setting yourself up for disaster. Act only when there's a clear advantage. Deploy your forces only when there is something meaningful to gain. Fight only when there is no other option. Justice may be slow, but it is always precise. Loving a friend is easy, but the hardest lesson is learning not to harbor hatred toward your enemies. If your enemy is united, find a way to divide them. Never fully trust someone who has nothing to lose. Prepare for difficulty while things are still easy. Achieve greatness by starting small. If your enemy tries to reinforce every position, they will end up being weak everywhere. Always be where your opponent least expects you. An enemy can become an ally if you understand them well enough. Disorder arises from order, fear stems from courage, and weakness emerges from strength. If someone befriends both you and your enemy, be cautious about trusting them too much. Be wary of sweetness laced with poison. Beware of the fly that once rested on a dead snake. Only those who understand the horrors of war can truly appreciate the value of peace. Just as water takes different shapes, the conditions of battle are always changing. Treat your soldiers like your own children, and they will follow you without hesitation. even into the deepest valleys. See them as your own cherished sons. A true leader guides through actions, not force. Victory belongs to those who can skillfully manage both strong and weak forces. The highest level of tactical mastery is the ability to remain unseen. A strategy without tactics is the slowest path to success, while tactics without strategy are nothing more than noise before failure. Captured soldiers should be treated with kindness and respect. To defeat an enemy, you don't need to destroy them, only their will to fight. Every creature with blood in its veins and horns on its head will defend itself when attacked. Never fully trust a friend who stays silent about your flaws.